I am going to give a call to action to my fellow lawmakers that it is time to revisit domestic violence.
Now a call to action. The issue, inconsistencies in the tracking of domestic violence arrests. Investigative reporter Ryan Luby has this portion of our story. Ryan.
Well, we've been digging through data for months. We contacted law enforcement agencies all over the state with a simple question. How often do you make an arrest on a domestic call? We found a wide range of numbers and inconsistent data keeping that caught the attention of lawmakers.
Colorado law mandates an arrest in domestic violence cases when there is probable cause to believe a crime has been committed. But as our investigations have shown, that key phrase, probable cause, leaves a lot of room for discretion and dispute.
And we expect them to exercise discretion on the hardest cases that they'll confront on the street, and that's misdemeanor domestic violence.
Domestic violence is very complex. It's very nuanced, and the criminal justice system is much more a black and white type of intervention.
So we wanted to know, across Colorado, how often do police called to domestic disputes find probable cause to arrest someone? We started asking, reaching out to more than a dozen law enforcement agencies across the state.
When we ran the numbers, we knew they were wrong. They were too low.
The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says Denver 7's request for its domestic arrest percentage exposed a problem. Whenever deputies plug in a report into the computer system, they're supposed to check a box indicating it's domestic violence related.
We discovered that some deputies had inadvertently or carelessly or just flat forgotten to check the boxes. When we determined that what the problem was, we did additional briefing training with all our patrol deputies to remind them of how important this is.
Jefferson County had to work with its IT department to figure out its arrest rate is about 50%. Some agencies like Arapahoe County and Denver turned over detailed data, showing arrest percentages close to 70%. Fort Collins Police showed a 69% arrest rate, Buena Vista Police 53%, Littleton Police only 28% of domestic calls. Big differences in numbers and data showing everyone's following the same law, but tracking it different ways. And some departments told us their record-keeping systems simply don't track the calls that don't end up in arrests.
If you don't have data, it's very hard to know whether you're effective or not.
The only way to save lives is for us to see those trends and do something about it.
Two Colorado lawmakers who reviewed our investigations said it's time for change.
It says we need to make sure there is standardization, and that's an issue that the legislature can take a look at.
I am really hoping that change is on its way. It may take time, it may take money, and it may take effort and fortitude, but it certainly is time.
Ultimately, what we've uncovered and the questions we've asked have brought significant and tangible change in several Colorado law enforcement agencies, including discovering a hidden cultural problem inside Littleton City Hall. Littleton City Council voted to fire its city manager after Denver 7's investigation showing a crucial police report was deleted and then withheld from our public records requests.
It was an absolute lack of candid discussion by the city manager and the staff with the mayor about a real problem in the police department.
And the council also called on the police chief to address a public meeting about domestic violence.
We took a really hard introspective look at how we do things in Littleton.
Chief Doug Stevens also told the city council that everyone in the Littleton Police Department received 10 hours of extra training. Littleton Police also changed policies, requiring a thorough police report on every domestic call and improved follow-ups on calls like the one we uncovered leading to Corporal Andrew Schmidt's suspension.
Is that enough?
It's a start, but I don't think it's enough.
Krista Benton's son, Jonathan Fallon, now lives with the decisions Littleton police made when his family called for help.
Jonathan, how are you doing?
I'm sad some days, and I really do miss my mom and dad a lot, like every single day. My dad wouldn't have done what he did if they would have taken him away. He could have possibly gotten help, and it would have saved my mom's life if they did the littlest thing.
Jonathan's grandmother is now raising him. She's also mourning her daughter and hoping her family's loss will prevent another. Your daughter's death produced change.
Yes, it did. And I think she's smiling down at us now, saying, "Way to go, Mom." I really do.
It makes me happy to feel that I was finally heard after there was nobody paying attention. Nobody really cared until you guys came along, really.
As you've seen tonight, we've held the powerful accountable. We've uncovered systematic failures hurting victims here in Colorado. Our pledge to you, our digging will continue in the days and months ahead. I'm Tony Kovaleski reminding you, Denver 7 investigates. Thanks for joining us. Good night.